will you pass those papers back, please?
Oh, yeah, that.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Well, you know what? I think it's fun. Oh my gosh, I get to the bottom.
Today you do?
Which one?
Do you have two?
I got two because she's not here.
Well, you got okay. All right, Sarah, we're ready for you.
Okay. Girls, I'm so excited to be with you again today. This is a part of the talk actually that I had wanted to get to last time, and we spent so much time speaking about stereotypes, which was amazing, and didn't get to this part. So I asked Mrs. Brandon if there's an opportunity if we could come back together and talk about your superpowers. So I'm going to have you grab a piece of paper and a pencil again. We're going to do some similar to what we did last time, a little bit of writing, reflection. I'll explain to you a little bit later of why I love the writing piece of things as we process through stuff. So last time we talked about female stereotypes. We were talking about sort of a general, what are the things that the world tells you, that culture tells you, that your social groups, things like that, boys in your life, men in the world, what do they tell you about what it means to be a woman? Today, we're going to go a little more narrow, and we're going to talk about what are the narratives you tell about yourself, to yourself. This is a really, really personal one, because we can share things like, oh, you know, women are supposed to be this and this and this, but to go even deeper and go, what do I tell myself that I am? Either from things I've heard other people say about me, or things that I've just internalized. And so what are the words that you say to yourself about yourself? So we're going to watch a video that I had made. Like I said, I wrote this song for myself. But in speaking with friends and speaking with my kids and speaking with my husband, I noticed like this is coming up with everybody. And so I made this film with my family. I had my kids write down words they tell themselves, and you'll see what came out. So while you're watching, Mrs. Brandon gave you a list of the printout of the lyrics, so you can follow along if you want. That's also just for you to take. That's for you to have. Sometimes I find it helpful to be able to read things instead of just listening. But while you're watching, I want you to pay attention to the words that come on the screen. And if any of those words resonate with you, you know, you kind of get that gut feeling of like, ooh, that one feels like it hit. I want you to write it down. We are not going to be sharing these. So I just want you to feel freedom to be really honest with yourself. Also, while you are watching, if other words start surfacing, things that you tell yourself, I want you to write them down. This is an exercise in self-awareness. It's an exercise in digging out some of the negative things. And I think that's an important part, getting the negative out before we put the good back in. Okay. All right. So Mrs. Brandon's going to put the video up, and you girls can just start brainstorming as you watch.
Whatever they've told you, the words that you that you pushed inside you, just let me be clear. That you're more than these labels you've stitched to your chest. So whatever they've told you, the words that you hear, oh, it's time you stop listening. Let love take root there. Let love take root there. Let love take root there.
Okay, so why don't you girls take a minute and think about the words that you say to yourself. Okay, and some of this, it's so natural for us, we just don't even recognize that we're doing it. I often tell my kids, it's like we can be bullies in our own heads all day, right? This is, again, not something we're going to share with the group. So you can feel safe to write down whatever surfaces. What are the things that you think people think about you? What are the things that you think about yourself? The narratives we tell ourselves are really important, in the same way that we learned last time about the narratives we tell ourselves about what it means to be a woman. The narrative you tell yourself about who you are in the world is one of the strongest messages that you will carry around all day. So I want you to look at that list, and we're going to do an exercise in actually changing the way your brain thinks about yourself. Now, the reason I'm having you guys write down instead of just thinking about it is because when we put pen to paper, you're engaging the logic side of your brain. And what you're processing out is the emotion side of your brain. So when you connect the two sides of your brain, you actually are creating a stronger neural pathway, causing you to remember this at a deeper level than if you were to just tell yourself self-talk in your brain. Okay. So I highly encourage journaling. I highly encourage writing. I love the process of engaging your body with your brain. I think that's a really important part of this. So I want you to look at that list, and I want you to physically cross off each word one at a time. And next to the word, I want you to write, I am enough. So where it says fat, I want you to cross that off and say, I am enough. My body is enough, as is. So when you've written down stupid, I want you to cross that off. And I want you to write down, I am enough. How I perform on tests, how I score on things is enough. Your value is not defined by these things. So I want you to do a practice of changing your narrative to yourself. So why don't you take a minute and do that? Mrs. Brandon, will you let me know when it seems like people are finished?
Yeah. Raise your hand if you need another minute. Okay. I think
Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, so as I said, I'm not going to have you share this with the group because I think this is a deeply personal exercise and not one to just offer randomly to people. But I would encourage you to think of a safe person in your life that you could share some of this list with, one thing, or all of the list with, to just say to somebody else, this is how I sometimes think about myself. This is how I feel about myself. Because another way that we heal some of the negativity within us is to have another person respond in love, right? To say, that's not you. Here, let me tell you how I see you too. So part of this is you are recognizing within yourself, but also receiving love from another person who's safe will help reinforce the new pathways that we're creating in our minds, right? So, okay, I want you to shake your shoulders. I want you to roll your shoulders back. I want you to take a deep breath in. And I want you to let that out in your mask. This is now shifting into the best part because we are going to talk about your essence. I call this your superpower. You are going to leave here today feeling a bit more grounded in who are you and what is it that you have to offer to this world. Okay. Some of you are in 8th grade. You're heading out into high school. That's a big deal. This is a big shift in your life. I don't know how your schools work there, if you've got multiple levels and there's going to be new kids coming into your school, but I feel like that can sometimes make you feel a little lost, right? So let's head into this summer feeling a bit more grounded in who we are. We just purged out a bit of who we're not, right? Even though that's what we think about ourselves. Let's talk about your essence. So I want you to write this down. Your essence, ESSENCE, your essence, are the unique qualities inside of you. Your essence are the unique qualities inside of you that bring you to life and bring light to the world. Your essence are the unique qualities inside of you that bring you to life and bring light to the world. All right, I want you guys to close your eyes and we're going to do an exercise in imagination, okay? Close your eyes and imagine the scene in the Disney movie Tangled, if you've seen it, when Rapunzel and Flynn Rider are in the canoe, they're floating on the lake, okay? If you have never seen the movie, then just imagine sitting in a canoe floating in a lake at night, okay? It's a very safe place. It's beautiful out. It's a really wonderful night. Okay, so imagine that. Now think about when they bring out the lantern and they light one lantern. How lovely that is to see that lantern glow in the dark, illuminating their faces, bringing so much joy. Now I want you to envision how the sky gets lit up when everyone around them has lit their lantern too. And you see all of these hundreds of floating lanterns in the sky, and the entire sky is illuminated, and it makes this incredibly beautiful picture. That's what it is when we are living in our essence, bringing our light to the world, and others around us are also bringing their light to the world. There's more beauty, there's more joy. This world is a better place. Okay, so open your eyes. Grab your piece of paper again. It can be the same list. It can be the same sheet where you had the other list on it. Now I want you to think back to when you were younger. Because to find your essence, you have to go way back. A lot of times, when we're children, we know our essence. And then at some point, somebody tells us we're not good at that thing, or like we don't make the team, and we push it down because we feel like, well, that can't be what I'm good at, right? You guys live in a day and age of social media, and everyone is a YouTube star, and likes and comments, and you're constantly being graded on everything that you do. So we need to go younger. We need to go before all of that. I want you to think about, what did you used to do that made you feel alive? You know when you feel alive because you get this warmth in your belly, your chest feels excited. It's like it comes so natural to you. It's not even usually a skill you have to work very hard at, okay? It comes so naturally to you. It feels like I was made to do this. Now, you don't have to think super big. It doesn't have to be some grandiose thing. Maybe it's making people laugh. Maybe it's being a good listener. You love talking to people one-on-one and hearing how they're doing. Maybe it's running. Maybe you love running, but then you didn't make the team, and so you feel like, maybe I'm not a runner. Maybe you used to love doing puzzles, figuring things out, like mysteries. Maybe you used to love numbers. You used to love math, and then you hit a level where you weren't scoring as well, and so you told yourself, that's not what I'm good at. For me, I'll share a personal example. I would say that one of my essence is music. I am not a professional musician. I am not paid for my music. I am not a YouTube, TikTok, Instagram star. I am not a social media influencer. I literally did not get solos in choir when I was your age or high school. I write songs. I do music because it makes me come alive. Because I feel like my true self when I'm doing music. So did you get the difference? Sometimes we're very focused on what am I good at? So the world recognizes it. And then that's what I'm supposed to do. That's more of your vocation, right? When they pay you, when the world pays you for something, when it's your job, and your essence might fit with that, but it doesn't have to be that. Okay, so I want you to take a few minutes and list different things. It could be a physical thing that you do within your body, a sports related thing, and art, music, creative outflow with your body. It might be something more internal. You're a good listener. You love cheering people up, making people laugh. What are these things that are unique to you that you used to feel really good at? So I want you guys to make this list, and then we are going to open this up to share if people want to share. You don't have to. But as we did with the stereotype exercise, it's important for us to hear each other and encourage each other in our true identities. So why don't you take a minute or so, and Mrs. Brandon can let me know when people are done writing. I want to say too, if you're having trouble coming up with things, that's pretty common. You all have superpowers. You all have something inside of you that when you bring it out to the world, it will make the world better. There is not one person who doesn't have something. Okay. So we're uprooting some of those lies, and we're planting in some more truths, but sometimes it takes us a little bit to figure out what those truths are. So just be patient if you're not flooded with a bazillion things that you're super good at. Okay.
It's like one more minute, okay? How about one more minute? All right, Sarah.
Okay. All right, let me open it up. Does anybody feel brave and want to share something from their list? Oh gosh, I love it. Yes.
Making people laugh. What was the second one?
track. Okay.
Can
Spend,
you repeat all those? I can't hear.
all right. It was making people laugh, track,
Mhm.
shopping and spending money,
Volleyball.
volleyball.
Mhm.
That was it.
Love it.
Addison.
Okay, I have volleyball, golf, track, talking, being funny, painting, building things, swimming, PE, and friends and doing nothing.
And relaxing. Did you catch all those, Sarah?
Tell me the last couple.
Oh God. Swimming, focusing, PE, friends, and doing nothing.
Swimming. Did you say focusing?
Yeah.
Yeah, focusing.
Yeah.
Doing nothing. Relaxing is an important one. I like that one.
Hannah.
Yeah.
Our nothing will be long.
Softball. Hey, wait, say them slow so that I can repeat them to Sarah because I have a hard time remembering all of them in a big list. All right, so softball, hanging out with your dad,
Mm.
spending time with grandma. And what was the last one? And hanging out with sisters. I love that family is so big on your list. That's huge. Maddie, basketball, softball, then what? Spending money. Awesome. Taylor? Okay, wait, was the first one coding? Is that what you said? Coding, drawing anime.
Mhm.
What was the next one? I didn't hear the last one. What? Making music.
Mm.
Eating. Addison added eating to hers.
Yeah. I just want to interject what you guys are coming up with. If you notice, it's engaging body, it's engaging other people. I mean, even that eating, what a sensual thing. You're enjoying food within your body. That's amazing, right? That's, I think you had also said resting. These are things that we don't actually think normally of have value. They have so much value. Spending time with a grandmother, the amount of love and purpose that comes out in just sitting with another person and engaging with them. That means so much more than hundreds of trophies that you've received. Okay. All right, keep going. This is great, you guys.
Jessica?
Soccer, cross country, basketball, track, babysitting little kids, going to the country house, four-wheelers.
Can you hear her? She's closer.
I didn't get the last three.
Going to my country house, driving four-wheelers, and like little kids.
And you could probably tell Jessica is one of those people that is involved in everything here. She's on every club, in every committee. You see her all over the building. Anna? Beach or vacation. I put water on my list. I don't even know what that means. Like, but when she said things that make you light up, like I could stare at a lake or an ocean forever. Like I don't even know, is that an essence? Is that a thing? Like, but it made it on my list.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anna? Sleeping. And spending time with your puppies. I love my bed. I think that could make it to my essence list. I agree.
What you guys are also engaging are things that are unique to you, like we've said, that bring you to life that you need. So Mrs. Brandon saying water, there's something that speaks to her when she goes by the water, right? It's like a recharge. It's like, that's an essential part of her life that she needs, or napping or bed or I can't remember how that was just framed, but being in your bed, that feels like a safe space. That something about that is bringing you to life. That's a huge thing to recognize, that that's part of your recharge and that's unique to you. Somebody else may be like, well, I go run 10 miles. That's for them. I love that. You're different people. You have different needs. You have different desires. You're going to have different essences, things that you bring to the world. This is awesome. That's why I love too the share part, because you hear other people and instead of going, oh, maybe I should change mine. Maybe I'm supposed to be like that. No, you're not. You're exactly what you are. And you're not supposed to be like your neighbor. So that's amazing.
Anyone else brave enough? Anna again.
I love Netflix.
Netflix.
Candles.
Candles. Movies, TV,
Yeah.
Disney shows, Disney movies.
Disney
Yeah,
movies,
Disney's
right?
awesome. I really like Disney.
It's a big one.
Wow.
Food is a big one. How many people have like baking or cooking or something on their essence? I didn't ask, but when you said that, that made me think of that. For
Yeah.
sure. Kennedy? Yeah. Being in the car with your dad. This is a parent trick that your parents probably will never tell you, but like at home, you guys like don't like think to go tell your parents stuff. But when they have you trapped in the car, it like pours out of you. Like there is something magical about being in the car with your child. Like all of a sudden they just like tell you everything. Like
I just put my headphones in.
oh, or they have their headphones in. It just depends on their mood. That's like a parenting 101 trick.
My mom sent me this thing. I was like, teenage girls are like cats. They hide out and then they only come out for food or water. And when they do come out, they hiss at you.
Yes, and then that is true.
Yeah, I mean,
Baking.
it was like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
oh my god, Anna.
Yeah. Anna? Yeah. Did anyone else put doing hair on their list?
No, I didn't already
No. Some people are, that is totally a gift and a talent. And also, like, when you have your hair done, do you guys just love the way that feels when somebody, like,
I love it.
oh my gosh. Yes.
I will say too that I think creativity in your hair. We often think of art as just colored pencils on paper, sculpture, things like that. There are so many different ways to be creative, and I think fashion is one of them. How you style your hair, like that's a creative art outlet. You're being an artist when you do that. My husband loves to assemble his outfits and mine because he's really good at having like a fashion eye. He's way better at it than me. That's his essence, right? So think outside the box a little bit too. Like that baking. I mean, that's creating, it's an artist form, but the medium is food. I love that. And how are you bettering the world? You're literally feeding bodies, yours or who else you are sharing it with. So you look at too the way that these creative outlets are not just for yourself. They can be something that uplifts those around you as well. Also hair, like if you see somebody who's done their hair in a really cool way, it inspires you. It makes your day a little better. It seems so small and insignificant, but it truly does. And like Mrs. Brandon said, you feel a little more confident. You feel a little more better about yourself when you've done something creative, even if it's just on your body.
Addison, raise your hand up. I'm just checking your watch. Anna, hanging out with friends and hanging out with mom.
Your mom's the best.
Mhm.
Mom is-
Yeah,
Yeah, like, we have the funniest conversations with your mom.
you do.
Her dog scares me though.
You know, my dog whipped cream out of Addison.
Yeah. I was laughing and her dog came and got my whipped cream out of my mouth.
My dog is like.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. Sarah, we only have a couple more minutes left. if you have anything to wrap it up, to send us with.
Girls, I want to end with this. You will never outgrow this exercise. You will never outgrow either of these exercises that we did today. And I would encourage you to periodically come back to them and do them with yourself. You probably look at adults and are like, there's no way you say these negative things. We do. You probably look at adults and are like, you know exactly who you are. You know exactly what you bring to the world. We don't. These are things we have to cultivate in ourselves. And so if I could leave you with anything, it is what I started with, that you each have unique value and you each have something amazing to bring to the world that will not only make you come alive, but it'll make the world a brighter place. And I know that sounds so cheesy. Like I said, I've got 2 junior hires. I get it. It's like, but if this lands with any of you, then it's so worth it for me to say. So have an amazing summer. I'm so grateful I got the chance to talk to you girls this year. And just know that you matter and that you're enough. So I'll end with that.
All right. Thank you. Oh, Anna. And spelling. Anna's adding spelling to her. Oh my gosh. I hate spelling. I'll call Anna. Oh, thank you so much. I loved that lesson. I'm waving like.
I love you.
All right, I'll end our Zoom and then can we rehash later? Can I call you later today?
Call me. We need to have like a long conversation, but yeah, give me a call.
I agree. None of this chopped up stuff. Let's maybe look at the calendar too. I know you're redoing your house this summer, but maybe we can meet.
Yeah. Yeah, we should check out calendars.
What room are you in now? I've never been here.
This is the addition. This is my studio now.
Wait, is the addition finished?
Yeah, we just finished it.
Oh.
We've been in like a week or so.
Okay, because that's an amazing space.
Isn't this beautiful?
So is this off of your bedroom?
Yeah.
Oh.
So those glass doors go into our bedroom now. So this is like a really private room off of that.
I love it.
Yes. Yeah.
And
It's
you
like
got like your stuff on the wall, like it's like settled, like this is my space.
I did. Yeah. That's all my stuff. I get like manic about it where I'm like, I have to put everything up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like make it feel like myself.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a space like this probably since we were kids, when you have your own bedroom and you can just make it all how you want. So yeah.
Unbelievable. All right, I'll call you after school and then let's look at the calendar and see what our summers, how busy they look.
Okay.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.